There are two types of students using AI right now. The first type copies and pastes their assignment into ChatGPT, takes whatever ChatGPT spits out, submits it, and considers it done. And they are not learning anything. They are basically outsourcing their learning to the machine. And when they sit down for an exam with no laptop in front of them, they are completely lost because nothing is actually inside of their head. The second type uses AI as the most powerful study tool ever created. They use it to quiz themselves, explain confusing concepts, generate practice problems, and identify gaps in their understanding. They learn more in less time, and everything they learn actually sticks because the AI is helping them think. It is not thinking for them. And this is the most important difference. This video is about becoming the second type of student. I am going to show you exactly how to use AI to study smarter with specific techniques and actual prompts that you can copy. And I'm going to be very clear about where the line is between using AI to learn and using AI to cheat, because that line matters more than most students actually realize. Now, in addition to the things I'm about to tell you, if you want to take this one step further, I have a community of students and adult learners who are all struggling with the same thing. And inside of the community, you'll get 24/7 support and coaching from me, weekly workshops, Q&A sessions, plus all the strategies I talk about on this channel broken down into actionable templates and worksheets that you can actually use. The link is in the description. You can try it out for free for 7 days. And if after 90 days you feel like you have not improved at all, I will keep coaching you for free until you do. Now, let me start with the most important thing. AI does not learn for you. It helps you learn faster. This distinction sounds super obvious, but it is the thing that most students still get wrong. Because when you paste your essay into ChatGPT and submit what ChatGPT writes, your brain did zero work. You did not have to retrieve anything or process anything. And in simple words, you gain no understanding. You handed in a piece of paper with words on it, but none of those words came from your own thinking. On exam day, that becomes a problem for you immediately because your brain has nothing stored inside of it. When you use AI the right way, you are still doing the thinking. The AI is just making your study process more efficient. It is like the difference between hiring someone to do your push-ups versus having a personal trainer who designs your workout, watches your form, and then pushes you harder. One gets you nowhere, the other accelerates your progress. All right. So everything I'm about to show you follows one rule. You do the thinking. The AI just supports the process. So let's start with method 1. I want you to use AI to generate practice questions on any topic. This is the single most useful study application of AI, and it takes about 10 seconds to set up. One of the most effective study techniques that exists is retrieval practice, which means testing yourself on the material that you study instead of just rereading it. The problem has always been that creating your own practice question takes time at the start. So most students skip it and just reread their notes instead. AI eliminates that problem. You can generate 20 high quality practice questions on any topic in any subject in literally under a minute. Here is a prompt that I would recommend. You can copy it and paste it or modify it according to your own material. I want you to open Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or whichever AI you use and type something in like this. I'm studying insert topic cell division for my biology exam. Generate 15 practice questions that test my understanding of mitosis and meiosis, include a mix of definition questions, application questions, and questions that require me to compare and contrast. Do not give me the answers yet. And that last part is critical because you want to answer the questions first from memory, struggle with the ones that you do not know, and then ask the AI to check your answers, because that struggle is where actual learning happens. If the AI gives you the answers immediately, you're going to read them and then think, oh yeah, that makes sense, but still learn nothing. So after you have written your own answers, you paste them back into the AI and say, here are my answers, check each one and tell me which ones are wrong and explain why. Now you have a personalized quiz with detailed feedback. You can adjust the difficulty too. If the questions were too easy, you can ask it to make them harder, focus on application and case studies. If they were too hard, you can ask it to simplify these questions and focus on the foundational concepts first, remembering and understanding. The AI adapts to wherever you are in your understanding and utilize that. So coming then to method 2, which is basically using the Feynman technique with AI as your student and your peer. And there's a learning technique where you try to explain a concept as simple as possible, the Feynman technique, and you try to explain it or teach it to someone who knows nothing about the subject. So when you get stuck or your explanation does not make a lot of sense, that is where your understanding has a gap. Now AI makes this technique incredibly practical because now you actually have someone to teach to who can also ask questions back. So here's how it works. After studying a topic, I want you to open your AI and type something in like this. I'm going to explain how supply and demand works. Pretend you are a 12-year-old who has never heard of economics. I want you to listen to my explanation and then tell me if anything I said was wrong, unclear, or incomplete. Do not correct me while I am explaining. Wait until I'm done. Then you either type out or you speak out your explanation. Again, you do this as much as possible from memory. You do not look at your notes, just explain the concepts as clearly as you can. Then when you are done, the AI will point out exactly where your explanation was inaccurate, where you skipped an important step, or where your logic did not quite hold up. And that feedback is gold because it tells you precisely which parts of the concept you do not actually understand as well as you thought. This is one of the most powerful study techniques I have ever used, and AI makes it also effortless. So that's cool. You otherwise used to need a patient, a friend, or a tutor willing to sit there and listen. Now you can do it alone at any time of day. Next is method number 3, where you need to create flashcards and study material, again, in seconds. If you use flashcards, you know that the biggest barrier is creating the cards. It takes forever. And most students either spend so long making flashcards that they never actually end up reviewing them, or they do give up early and they never make them at all. AI, again, solves this. Here's a prompt that you can use. I'm studying chapter 5 of my psychology textbook, which covers memory encoding, storage, and retrieval. Create 20 flashcards in this format. Question on one side, answer on the other side. Keep the answer concise, 2 to 3 sentences maximum. In 30 seconds, you will have a complete flashcard set. But here's where the most students go wrong with this. They generate the flashcards and then just passively flip through them. That defeats the whole purpose of a flashcard. The value of flashcards is, again, in the retrieval attempt. You look at the question, you try to produce the answer from memory, and then you check it. If you're just reading the answer without trying to recall it first, you're just rereading with an extra step. Now, you can also ask AI to generate flashcards from your own notes. You paste in your lecture notes and you say, turn these notes into 25 flashcards that test the key concepts. This is especially useful because the flashcards will be based on exactly what your professor covered, not just generic textbook content, also the specific details included in class. Now, let's come to method 4, where you need to use AI to explain things that you do not understand. Every student has had this experience. You are reading the textbook, you hit a paragraph that makes absolutely no sense, and you reread it 3 times, 4 times, however many times, and it still makes no sense. So in the past, your options were limited. Ask a classmate, go to office hours, or just accept that you not understand it and move on. Now you can paste that paragraph into an AI and say, explain this to me like I'm a first-year student who has never seen this concept before. Or even more specifically, explain this using an analogy, or break this down step by step. The AI will rephrase it in simpler language, often using examples and comparisons that your textbook did not bother to include. And if the first explanation still does not click, you can say, I still do not understand the part about X. Can you explain it in a different way? You can keep going until it makes sense. And now the AI does not get impatient, or it doesn't judge you. you. It will explain the same concept 15 different ways if you need it to. This is particularly helpful for STEM subjects where a single paragraph can contain 3 new terms, a new formula, and an assumption you were supposed to already know. Now, instead of getting stuck for an hour, you get to keep moving. There's just one important note here. Always verify what the AI tells you against your course material. AI can occasionally still get things wrong, okay? Especially on very specific or technical topics. Use AI to understand the concept, but then go back to your textbook or lecture slides and confirm that what the AI said matches what your professor is teaching. If there's a conflict, your professor's version is the one that will be there on the exam, so prioritize that. Now, let's get to method 5, which is about using AI to simulate exam conditions. This is the advanced method. Most students practice individual questions, but they never simulate the full experience of sitting an exam under time pressure, and AI can do that with you as well. So here's a prompt that you can use. I have a 90-minute exam on macroeconomics covering chapters 6 through 10. The exam format is 30 multiple choice questions and 2 short essay questions. Generate a realistic practice exam in that exact format. Do not include the answers. I will complete the exam and then send you my answers for grading. Set a timer for 90 minutes. Do the exam. Then paste your answers back in the AI and ask it to grade you. Explain every wrong answer and tell you which topics you need to review. That way, you can just take a full practice exam that is customized to your exact course, your exact format, and your exact chapters for free at midnight on a Sunday if needed. Now, let me talk about where then that line is. I have shown you 5 methods. Every single one of them involves you doing the actual thinking or critically discussing things with the AI. The AI is generating questions. It's giving you feedback. It's explaining concept and simulating exams. But in every case, your brain is the one doing the work by retrieving the information or sharing feedback to the AI about what you do not understand. Now, here's where it crosses into cheating. And I'm going to be direct about this because I think a lot of students are in denial about where they are on this spectrum. If you are pasting an assignment question into AI and submitting what it writes as your own work, that is cheating. It does not matter if you edit it slightly. It does not matter if you used it as a starting point. If the core ID and the core writing came from the AI and not from your brain, you did not do the assignment. You submitted someone else's work. The fact that the someone else is a machine does not change what just happened. If you are using AI during a closed book exam or a test where AI is explicitly not allowed, that is cheating. If you are using AI to write your essay, lab reports, or problem sets, and you are presenting the output as your own thinking, that is cheating. Even if your university has not explicitly banned it yet, the purpose of those assignments is for you to practice thinking. When AI does the thinking for you, you lose the practice. And here's the practical consequence that goes beyond the ethics. If you use AI to do your assignments for the whole semester, you will not learn the material at all. And then you will sit down for the exam, which is closed book and AI free, and you will fail. Like miserably. I have seen this happen to students who thought they were being clever. They passed every assignment and then they bombed every exam because nothing was in their own head. The GPA damage from exam failures almost always outweighs whatever grades they got on an AI written assignment. So the rule is simple. Use AI to help you study. Do not use AI to replace your studying. Let me also give you a few practical tips for getting better results from AI as a study tool. You need to be specific with your prompts. Prompts like help me study biology give you a very generic output, but prompts like generate 10 application level questions on the Krebs cycle, focusing on the role of each enzyme and what happens when a step is inhibited, gives you exactly what you need. Like the more detailed, the better. Tell the AI your level. While prompting, mention that I am a second-year medical student or I am in an introduction economics course. This helps the AI pitch the explanation and the questions at the right difficulty. Then correct the AI when it gets something wrong. So if you notice an error in the AI's response, do not just accept it. Say, my textbook says X, but you said Y. Which is correct and why? And this turns the interaction into a learning conversation. Then use AI at the end of your study session and not at the beginning. I want you to study the material first using your notes, your textbook, and the retrieval practice, and then use AI to test yourself, fill in the gaps, and clarify anything that was confusing. If you start with AI, you risk that you never engage with the primary material at all. So let me bring it all together. AI is the most powerful study tool that has ever been available to students. It can generate practice questions, check your understanding, explain confusing concepts, create flashcards, simulate exams. It is free. It's available 24/7. It's endlessly patient and super customizable. But it only works if you use it as a tool to support your thinking and not as a replacement for your thinking. The students who use AI to study smarter will outperform everyone around them, but the students who use AI to avoid studying, they will fall behind the moment AI is going to be taken away. Your brain is the thing being tested on exam day, so make sure it is also the thing that does the work during the preparation. And if you want to learn more about the study techniques that help you retain more in less time, then I need you to check out this next video.